Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's RK Craig here. We're going to do a continuing our Let's Play of Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition here with Bella Shepard. We are going to be doing a few side missions today. We're looking at doing the Doctors at Risk, which will be in the Kepler Verge. And then we're looking at doing Missing Survey Team. And that one is in the Hades Gamma Cluster. And then Unusual Readings, which is in the Arius Row cluster, and possibly we'll see about if we go on to do this strange transmission, and of course how quickly those other three go. But that is the goal here. That's in the Hawking Edda cluster. So we'll see how much we get done. I do want to go talk to Ashley real quick though, because after having that talk with the political group Terra Firma, Shep saw her reaction, how passionate she was. Turn it down a little bit. Bit overwhelming on my side. Um, and see if there's anything going on there. Maybe Ash wants to talk about. No. I don't know if she's yet. Well, I don't know because I know she has a part where she does talk about Armistice Day, and you know, she's kind of wanting to celebrate it. I don't know if that's going to be coming up right here. She's open to it, but I'm hoping so. Let's see.
Commander?
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm off duty until tomorrow. I was gonna have a small drink.
Ah, cool.
Bit of a celebration. If you're interested.
And we seen down there they were saying it was Armistice Day, so, but Shep's going to ask the occasion.
What's the occasion?
It's Armistice Day, when the first contact war ended. My family always marks it. Since I'm the only Williams aboard, I thought I'd ask you.
I'm flattered.
Seems like an odd thing to celebrate. That was 26 years ago.
In our family, it's not really a celebration, more like an obligation. Don't tell me you don't know about my family. My commanders always find out. It's not in my files or something?
Yeah, your file's clean. Nothing about anything on that end.
There's almost nothing in your files. Technical scores and a list of crap assignments.
There's a reason for the crap assignments. I'm General Williams' granddaughter, the commander of the Shanxi garrison in the war. The only human ever to surrender to an alien race.
Now I get it.
I see. That's why you drive yourself so hard.
A Williams has to be better than the best, if only to avoid suspicion. That's what my dad told me the night before he retired. Takes a special kind of thick-headed to march into a job where your family's blacklisted. I did it anyway. I'm not gonna let our name go down with Arnold and Quisling. Granddad deserved better than that.
Yeah, I mean, seems like an unfair stigma that people have thrown onto your family, though. 'Cause what he did wasn't dishonorable at all. Yep. Tell me about your granddad.
What happened to your grandfather after the war?
He was relieved of command as soon as Shanxi was liberated. They brought him back to Earth in irons, but there was never a trial. They quietly demoted him and stuck him behind a desk. He retired a year later and spent the rest of his life working construction in the colonies.
Yeah,
Sometimes we hear about attempts to get him exonerated in some official way. Nothing ever comes of them.
Well, as we know, if Ash does live on and goes into Mass Effect 3, of course she becomes a Spectre, and she also will obviously here in this first game play a big role if she lives on. Of and even if she doesn't, up to Vermeer, she's helped playing a part in defeating Sovereign, defeating the Reapers, and then later on playing a bigger part in that. So redemption for her family is definitely something that's in the cards for her. And she's a good soldier, and it's unjust what was done to her grandfather and to her father thereafter, and her. She's, well, they were. given crap assignments, given crap to not be able to be promoted to their to regardless of their performance as soldiers. Yes. Shanxi.
As I recall, your grandfather held out for a long time.
The Turians wrecked the orbitals in the first wave and occupied the major cities. They sat in orbit, dropping rocks on anything that moved. Granddad dispersed the troops, but when they went into the cities for supplies, the Turians would wreck a block to eliminate one fire team. Civilians were dying, his troops were starving, and he couldn't contact Alliance High Command. So he surrendered the garrison.
Oh yeah, he acted honorably. Bunch of crap the way he was treated. You all deserved better.
He refused to sacrifice his men just to save face for humanity. You planning to throw yourself on a sword to save face for him?
Would it make a difference? He's gone now. Dad's gone too. And who would it impress? I'll never be good enough for the Alliance. So now you know. Gonna kick me off the ship, Skipper?
No way, no how. We need you.
You're a valuable part of my crew, Williams. If I want an opinion from the head, I go to Alenko. When I want one from the heart, I go to you.
I also play a mean game of pool. But anyway, I've got things to do before we land. I'm sure you do too.
I mean, I'm not sure about that little compliment, quote unquote compliment you just gave her though. Like, when I want something from the heart, I go to, or head, I go to Lenko. So in other words, when I want something intelligent, I'll go to him. I mean, obviously saying, yeah, you're passionate, you care, but if I want smart commentary, I'm going to Alenko. How we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper.
Yeah,
They
we've already
proved that
spoken about
2,000
this.
years ago. I think it was a mistake. If you haven't,
Yeah.
just saying, Skipper.
That's alright. We've already discussed that part.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
There we go. Shep now understands a little bit better about Ashley and her history, her family history. Why she acted so impassioned there with Terra Firma people, talking about Shanxi and them using it as a political cudgel. Alright. We're good. So, save and we'll head off to see which one of those side missions catches my fancy first. See you later. Terranova. Some survey team. Why not? Let's go take a look at that. Yes. There we go. That was the last step we needed of the matriarch writing. Good. I'm guessing that was probably it for this system. That one? Nope. No more. There we go. Rare element. Thank you very much. Alright. Let's see here. On planet Trebin. Here there's any type of hazard at least. Take Liara and Garrus Vicarian. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Oh, there we go, we got a pressure them over there by anomaly, but we don't really need to hit up the anomaly. Research base. We'll ahead to it. Planet don't seem so bad.
You must welcome civilization after spending such a long time in the Prothean ruins.
No, cities and stations were always my mother's area of comfort. I actually enjoy the solitude of dig sites.
After seeing so many Asari come through the Citadel, I assumed your people preferred large cities. I apologize.
Okay. Got a really good.
This place looks abandoned.
It's got a pretty good change here in the community patch. This is vanilla game. If I remember how this hamster.
On my way.
Go ahead and get a quick save here. May enter just through one of these buildings. Easier to spot on foot, I believe. Going through the typical way how we enter these buildings. No, not on that one. I think it might be from this one here. Other side. Possibly. Yeah, there we go. I've only done this once. I don't know much about what's going on in here. Oh yeah. Like those. Ooh. Get him, Garrus. Get him. Up. Got Garrus. We'll look into stuff after. Clean up in here. Now come halfway around maybe. We'll work around the perimeter and then look into that. And we'll check these spots on the periphery here just a bit. Oh. Alright, I think we're done.
Negative contacts.
Alright. Music to my ears. Now we can start looking around. We'll head into there right now. Shep, obviously, as we've established here, really likes explosions, but I don't think these. Yeah, that explosion just that don't impress her much. You're gonna leave them alone for the most part. Now, yeah, this is from where we came in. All right, to be sure. Saw that from that angle. All right. As the way this place is, definitely get a little bit twisted around. Establish to myself where things are. All right, so now we'll start working our way on the edge.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Perhaps we will find more answers at the excavation site.
Yep, we'll be looking into that in just a bit. Continue our search through the building in case there's anything more. Go, data pad. Publish. Who else could it be? All right. Yeah, doing that last DLC got me thinking about some of the DLCs in Mass Effect universe, and as I said, this one only had two, and one was far superior to the other, and even that one though is, it's okay. Yeah, I get some of that poker. But the DLCs really pick up greatly in Mass Effect 2. Now, it can be too though that I think in 2007 DLC still wasn't that big of a thing. No surprise that the DLC that they had wasn't just meh. But come Mass Effect 2, which came out in 2010, DLC was starting to become more of a thing. And alright, I think we're done here. The second one, right off the bat, they had day one, I believe Zaid's mission came with the game if you bought it new, as did with the whole like service network. There was a few things that came with that. I wasn't yet playing Mass Effect when that came out in 2010. I didn't get turned on to the game until sometime in 2011. I think the Master Thief came out maybe a little bit before I started playing. I think I started playing in the summer of 2011. But I'm trying to think with I think I've heard that the Hammerhead also came out with it. Is that Hammerhead? I think so. Yep. So you had a few DLCs that right away came with the game. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, this used to just be a like a little trailer, I think, a couple trailers even, and then you just throw over the the main DLCs that came out were thereafter were what? Of course, Overlord, Lair of the Shadow Broker. Lair of the Shadow Broker. Oh boy. Yep. Things ain't going well. Overlord. You had, like I said, Zaid, and you had Kasumi, Master Thief. Did I say Arrival? Um, and those DLCs, I really enjoyed most of them, especially Lair of the Shadow Broker. That to me, the Citadel is the top DLC that Bioware has created. I would put Trespasser after that, and in the Dragon Age Inquisition game. I think it's on that level, but I think it's just below Citadel DLC. But then I'd put Lair of Shadow Broker after that. Crap, that's a lot of them. I'm gonna wait here till they come in and we'll use a singularity on them. We get a punch. Oh boy. They're getting kind of caught up there. I should aim at their feet, man. Some of them so flying. Where's that? Man, there's down.
I've seen this before. Machine cultists. The survey team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
Whatever they found, it is long gone now.
Yeah, I'd say it's Reaper Tech. What they found. What it looks like. I got that's a pretty good explosion. Shepard likes them ones.
I think we're good, Shepard.
I do think we are for now, but I do think at the end of the room there's going to be a few more that come out. I think we're going to find some dragon's teeth, if I remember right. Yeah, Lair of the Shadow Broker, man, that's such a great DLC. It really is. It's so fun. The banter in it's great. You get to have Liara back as a sidekick for, you know, a couple missions there. Of course, all the stuff you get afterwards with the her becoming a Shadow Broker and being able to read all those files, which are really interesting. Alright, maybe I shouldn't do that because we're going to be having a bunch of them come out right now.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
You say that, Garrett. They're about to come out onto it. And when they do, let's try using a singularity on their hand.
Enemy contact.
Yeah, I wish we could do. Here's where the warp would do an awesome amount of damage in Mass Effect 2 or 3, but it won't work such great ways here. Yep, some of those on Eden Prime. How they got?
We got
how
'em
they
all,
getting past
Shepard.
that? Don't know. And then look at Overlord, and that, of course, has an ending that, yeah, it kind of sticks with you. And there we go. Dragon teeth. Ooh. Ooh. Yara, stand back. Sorry, Garrett. God
Perimeter
needs to learn.
secured.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys should know by now. Shep loves her explosions, man. Like, gotta be careful around her. Once it's clear, she likes to blow shit up. Alright, we're clear. And Shep's now wearing different armor. After major missions, we'll change her armors. Wearing that looks like the Shepard armor from Mass Effect 3. Up. Alright, seen something explode. Boom, baby. But yeah, this Here, it looks pretty Reaper-techish to me. Alright. I think we're done here. I'll run outside just in case there is anything out there, though. Needs taking care of. Then Arrival, it's alright. It serves its purpose in connecting the bridging 2 to 3. And explaining why Shep is in lockdown. Lock up, as you wish. As you will today. I think I did. Yeah. Alright. We'll head up. These will crash it again. Good, nice. Yeah, she's also wearing new get up here in casual wear. A little bit more relaxed about dress code for herself and for the crew that goes down on missions. At least they're part of the alliance. She's kind of letting up a little bit on that. Alright. Next up is something Argo Scroll. Yeah, unusual readings. Take a look at that. And then of the two characters that you get in Mass Effect 2, also I do like Sumi a bit more just because she's kind of fun. She has a fun personality about her, and I do like her heist mission. It's pretty good. Zaid, he's kind of grown on me, especially after the Citadel DLC. He's actually fantastic in that. And unfortunately, that was Robert Sachs' last performance. He passed, the voice actor for that. Look at this one. But yeah, he was great. And
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Alright. Oh yeah, this is a trap. Level 2 hazard, so we can't get outside for too long. For this one, we will be taking Calizora and Caden Alenko. Yeah, I was gonna say, Robin Sachs also played it. Oh man, I don't think I'll be able to remember the name of the character, unfortunately. He was an important character in Knights of the Old Republic. Transponder signal. Down there. Got an anomaly. I'm not too concerned about the anomaly. We'll look at the signal. That. Yeah, I wish it's been quite a while since I played Knights of the Old Republic.
I've heard some humans are angry with the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
You would hope and you would think so. But yeah, the coin gloves is paid sufficiently for their grave mistake. But yeah, he's having Caden on here talking about Robin Sachs' character in Knights of the Old Republic, who I don't want to get into course spoilers within that game. There's some very major important spoilers, but yeah, his character is kind of like a military official, so kind of the right-hand man of the main baddie. Yeah, but that's kind of
Looks like the signal's coming from that wreckage.
Careful, Commander. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yep, you and me both, pal. It's a trap.
Geth! It's a trap!
Yep. There's a couple Star Wars references there, huh? Got a bad feeling about this, and this is crap. I don't know if you can do anything to their ship. Oh, wait. I'm trouble with those guys. Not all of them. Drive around a bit, see if I get shot at. I can't believe I was drawing such blanks on name of characters from Knights of the Old Republic. I remember the main one, Revan. And Daddy there, but what's up to me? I think we got it all. That is, and that something, right? That natural light. Seems like it's lit up. Naturally. Anything we can check out on it? Like that's just a mine. She was getting shot at, so I guess we're done here. I don't think there's anything more to do here. That was it. Doctors at risk. Considering doing this one, right? I think it's marked off. We're done. Yeah. Say we're done. Alright. Next up, we'll be doing the Doctors at Risk for the Kepler Verge. The Verge, yeah, it's up here somewhere. There we go, the Newton.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
How can I help?
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher Maws. It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
Yeah, this is Cerberus's involvement. They're trapped, and that's can be one of Shepard's original uh, origin stories. Not the survivor. No, the survivor is I think or is it? It's the Thresher not the Thresher, but the slave. Um, no, that's a colonist. So yeah, it is a survivor. One that survived this trap set by Cerberus. They let loose all these soldiers on with the Thresher Maw to attack them. So, yeah, this sounds suspicious.
That can't be a coincidence.
There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th Fleet out.
Alright, we'll be taking Ash and Caden for this, as it is an Alliance mission again. And even better, it involves Cerberus. Track writing's good. And if I can remember later, I'm gonna look up about all that Knights of the Old Republic names and things I should be remembering, man. I'm gonna kick myself when I read it too. Alright, no hazard warnings here. Doesn't appear. Alright. Alright, here we go. Well, this one might have a few facilities that we hit up here. Might, we'll see. Underground facility. What's that up there? That's my anomaly. Alright. It's making me think of one that has several spots hit up, but I might be confusing it. Planet is very beautiful. They've done a good job on this. It does seem like it's pretty mountainous. It's tough to traverse. You know what? I wanted to look mod settings. Oh, nope, that's not the one button I meant. Mod settings is X. I want to look at that. Repeat is enabled. Alright, yeah, we want to disable the repeat. Okay. Well, I guess I should go back into that menu to do those.
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the gaff on your synthetic acids gets rid of my headaches.
It definitely help on that end. Just go through that lightning that strikes you a bit. Definitely adds to the ambiance. Yeah, maybe I should just quickly kind of let you guys see some of these mods that have things that you could jump into and make adjustments to. Community patch has a few things right here that you can't. This isn't all the options. Are like there's stuff beyond this that it changes and does, but this is at least some of the stuff that they'll let you turn on and off on different things. It's for that squad bouncer on the main build. Parent spending mod, that's the one we were opened up at. But it's got a whole bunch of different options to let you pick how your squad mates look when you recruit them, and how at different moments, if they're wearing armor they have on equipped, or if they all have on their iconic armor and this type of thing. And consistency mods, this makes them be consistent more through the trilogy. project setting. Yeah, that's oh man. See, that's the one that's talking about the colonist background. Yeah, spacer, earthborn shepherds, but it allows all origin stories to participate in that story, and that it's well worth it because it's so well done. Just some little changes here and there. Oh, okay, the Callister restored. Yeah, that's for final boss there. HUD enhancements. You know, it's quite extensive, but good stuff. If you like what they have, some of that stuff that you can adjust in the menus is pretty cool. But yeah, we had already heard Rex repeating some of his stories. So yeah, I didn't.
Am I imagining things, LT, or are your abilities getting stronger?
I've always held back a little when I use my powers on living targets. Fear of hurting someone, I guess. But after what I saw on Eden Prime, I'm not holding back anymore. Not against a Geth, not against anyone.
That is him repeating, but I don't know if maybe last time I can't remember who he was responding to. Garrus, I can't remember, but maybe that plays into if it repeats or not who they're responding to, the battle between each other. Not sure, and I don't know if by turning it off here midway through, I don't know how that affects things. Not sure. Guess we'll find out if they all start to repeat and stuff, but I hope not. But this is cool because I mean you don't always get all the feedback, all the banter just going through elevators on the Citadel. But you also get news, so sometimes you don't always get these bad guys down there. Have to kind of spray the area, hope to get them. Send them flying. Oh boy. Did I miss anybody? Here, so. Alright. Don't have any markings. I thought that was kind of markings of like veterans, or maybe it's just pirates or mercenaries or something else. Yep, that's Cerberus there. Else around. Save right before I hit this so it didn't. In case it were to crash. Alright. Oof. There's a lot of dead Cerberus around, it seems. And this is a good mission if you are a survivor, if your origin is survivor. This is a good one. Tickle my throat, man. Hold on. Yeah, see, I can now figured out how to mute my mic when I cough. Hopefully I'll get to that in time sometimes. Oh boy, we got Krogan. Krogan inbound. Hold up. Oh man. Well, Aiden doesn't really have any type of pull or push or.
Stay down! You must die!
Something worth exploding. I heard him give the clear yet, so must be still some bad guys around here.
You must die!
Damn. Anybody around? Man, they'd feel like they redesigned this and the community patch. It definitely seems more walled off and more of a bit of a labyrinth or a maze or whatever to get through. I sometimes forget which. I know there's a difference between a labyrinth and a maze. I sometimes forget which is which. Now, one of them has dead ends. I believe that's a maze, and that the labyrinth basically it'll twist and turn, but one way in, and you just follow the path and it'll get you out, but it'll make all kinds of twists and turns. Who knows? Maybe I have that reversed, but I think that's how it is. That's the difference. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Alright, let's see here. Don't mind being corrected. I make plenty of mistakes. Alright. Only way to go.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard. Please! He's a madman! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need help! It's Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today! Today it all comes out!
Hold up, man. Let me help you through this.
What all comes out? I'm listening, but I need you to put that gun down.
You don't understand! I don't want to kill anyone. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams. I want the people who sent me to Akuz brought to justice. Can't you see that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him! But if I can't get that, I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
What exactly happened?
What did the doctor do to you, Corporal?
We were on Akuz. When the Thresher Maws hit, my entire unit was wiped out. The Thresher Maws, the scientists were studying them. They let them hit our unit just to watch. I woke up in a holding cell. The scientists were delighted I'd survived. Now they had someone to run tests on.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking messed up, man. They let your team die?
You're killing them because they killed your unit.
You can't believe Toombs. He doesn't have any proof. I demand a fair trial. Ever had Thresher Maw acid in your veins? I have. They wanted to see what it would do. They treated me like a lab animal. I only escaped because somebody destroyed Cerberus, their big organization. This is justice. This man deserves to die. So, are you going to kill me or not?
I want to press this, but I also don't know if that will close this out. I'm gonna try it.
I can arrest him. He'll answer for his crimes in court.
Weren't you listening? He was part of a secret organization. I don't know what Cerberus is, But they'll never let their operation become public. This is the only way. Are you helping me, or are you killing me?
Shepard isn't just going to execute him in cold blood. Shepard does believe in due process.
You're better than this, Toombs. You're not like them.
Don't tell me what I am! Nobody knows who I am! Those bastards took it all away. They ran their tests until I screamed, until I cried. I couldn't remember my own name half the time. I should be dead, like my unit. I'm nothing. Why am I too good to murder him?
Nope, because you are a soldier.
You put on a uniform, Corporal. You swore an oath. Don't let them take that from you.
Hadn't thought of it like that. Okay. I'm no murderer. They couldn't make me one. Just as long as he goes to trial.
Yep.
Maybe the screaming will stop now. I don't know.
Man, that last reading by Jennifer Hale was pretty damn good. That was pretty powerful. Showed her leadership. There's a soldier there too. Nice. It's over for now, bud.
Those bastards can't hurt you anymore. Joker, tell the 5th Fleet we need a ship for pickup.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I wish they would give me an option not to leave the freaking base, though. What if I wanted to loot shit? I'll go back in just in case, because we didn't loot nothing. I want stuff. Excuse me. Excuse me, you Alright. I mean, I doubt it. We probably got everything. And if we do, I certainly will just be using that fast travel option to just leave this base. I wanted to be sure. I don't like getting just kicked out. That's part of the problem. It's like taking away a little bit of control from me. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything more. I don't think I'll be able to go into that room. I certainly won't be able to go in the room that Toombs was just in. It's still locked out. Yeah. Probably locked. No, you can still open it. Huh. Hope they don't crash it. Oh no, they're gone. Alright, that's good. But and there's nothing here though. I mean, yeah, it's with good reason, and I guess if they kick you out because there's nothing to do, but. But I didn't know that. I wanted stuff, man. Alright. We'll just go ahead and leave. Okay, back up down. Quick save. I think I'll see if there's one more mission to do. Yeah, so we'll just get to that. Excuse me, to hack it here in just a sec. Transmission. About it. Oh yeah. Locking Etta. Okay. Alright.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I reviewed your report on the situation, Commander. I'm glad to see you were able to take Dr. Wayne in alive. Now we can put him on trial and get some answers. Corporal Toombs seems to have found some closure, and hopefully with therapy, he'll have a normal life again someday. Thank you again for your assistance, Commander. 5th Fleet out.
Yeah. And this mod that gives you the readings of what missions are what, where, and whatnot. Like, it's so helpful, man. It sucks so much it isn't part, especially in the Legendary Edition. They have the in the second and third game. It's a shame they didn't bring that back into migrate it into this first game. And, hey, that's mods are great help for it. There you go. Mission. It'd be cool too if you had like what they had in the second game where it gave you a percentage.
Message coming in, Commander. What
you've done
Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Shepard.
In each part.
This is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the Hulking Eta cluster. He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics. He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance, and we believe he's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now. He set himself up as some kind of religious leader.
What about the Major?
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
About his followers?
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them. Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
On a very side note here, most people are probably very aware of this, but of course, the voice actor of Admiral Hackett is, I believe his name is Lance Hendrickson. Of course, he's best known in Aliens, playing Bishop. But for those that don't know, bit of interesting information here. Missing Alliance officers?
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed them.
By the way, continuing on that note, he also plays a minor role in the very first Terminator. If memory serves, I think he plays a psychiatrist in the police department. If I remember right. Maybe I can reason with him. Sorry, I know that's sidetracking here while we're having this conversation, but for whatever reason, just hearing him right now, I thought of Bishop.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Alright. We'll take a couple of biotics with us. We'll take Liara, medallion. Use our most powerful and natural biotic, of course. We'll take Kaidan, since he's biotic and he's part of the Alliance. Somewhat Alliance related. Yeah, no, was that just, yep. Got some Metallica up there, heavy metal. AC/DC. Alright. Press it. Okay, go ahead and land here. Also, what planet we land on in Mass Effect 2. The name rings a bell to me beyond this. Might be. Dr. Liara Tusoni and Mr. Caden Link. Might have just heard me say but I think that's because of that right up there. That plays a bit of an important role in Mass Effect 2. They talk about a glancing blow that leads them to find an ancient weapon that did that and that killed the Reaper, the one that's the derelict Reaper that we have to get on board to get the IFF. And memory serves, that's it right there. That glancing blow. And I'm mistaken, but I believe that's correct. That's about a compound. Just a bunch of anomalies here. Anomaly. Mercenaries. We may go take a look at that, see what that's about. There's some wild mercenaries out and about. Why not? Let's go kill us some wild mercenaries.
Hearing about the Protheans makes me wonder if some distant civilization is going to find our artifacts someday and study us.
I have often wondered the same thing, Lieutenant. Artifacts of vanished cultures are reminders of our own mortality.
I'm not afraid to die, but I guess I just want to be remembered by more than a few trinkets and ruins somewhere.
So did Caden right there just kind of plant the idea to Liara about we gotta thinking there might have been a gap here to get through, but if we can get through this, it's pretty steep. But did that just kind of plant the idea to Liara later on about the what would you call that? That time capsule thing that she brings to Shepard's room and talks about preserving the glyph, serving as a VI on it, basically to pretty much just pass on knowledge of the Crucible and humanity and Shepard's story and everything, not just humanity, this galaxy's history. She was going to bury those capsules all over. Maybe that kind of planted the seed right there. That kind of thought. Wild mercenaries out here. We're just going to come out here to go out of our way to smoke. Sucks for these guys. They're out here just minding their own business. Got picked up on them on the radar, I guess. Is like, go kill some mercenaries. Yep. I'm gonna ruin their day. Alright. There we will head to Bodic Compound. You do gotta think, like, they're just out here, middle of nowhere, doing whatever they're doing, man, waiting for a pickup on something, and God knows what, but just out of the blue, there's freaking 3 people in this Mako just show up and start blasting them. And they're suck to suck, I guess, they're mercenaries. That vehicle that they had there, I believe that's called the Grizzly. James makes reference to that he preferred that. They're kind of having an argument between him and Steve. And they're talking about Mako and the Hammerhead. That vehicle that was just back there, that tank station, that was the Grizzly. And that was actually the original concept of what they wanted to make a Mako, but they changed their mind on that. Hard as this one is for maneuverability and getting around, I can't imagine what that big thing is. Traverse through all this. It had to be really probably pretty bad. I think we can peacefully just talk our way through this entirely, but see. Yeah, see that vehicle right there. That's the variation of it. One did have a cannon turret on it, not so much on this. Yeah, I think that one that we just did have a turret on it. Alright. What kind of stuff we can get right out of here. Oh, there's the dead, what do you call it? Alliance soldiers. Dumped their bodies right out here. Yeah, justice does need to be served for having done this. Not right. Doesn't mean we have to come in here and slaughter everybody. We can, hopefully an investigation can be done and they can prosecute those that are responsible.
This is a private sanctuary. Outsiders are not welcome here.
Yeah, that obviously leads directly to violence. If I can do this. I have to see Major Kyle.
I need to talk to the man in charge. It's important.
Father Kyle wants nothing more to do with the Alliance.
I'm here to help.
I want this to end peacefully. If he doesn't see me, people could get hurt.
We won't let you take Father Kyle away. He protects us. We need him.
No, that don't seem like... obviously, if you can clear it, it will get you the outcome you want here, but that don't seem right to me. We're trying to go keep things calm here, and we don't need to even mention about being killed here. I don't think. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, he needs my help in this.
The Alliance wants someone to pay for those murders. Let me speak to Major Kyle, and maybe I can find some way to help you all get out of this alive.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it.
Wait, Father Kyle will speak with you. Head to the building at the far end of the compound. He'll meet you there.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we cleared that check. Then there'll be more of a check in here when we're speaking to Father Kyle. They all stay calm. Oh, it's like it probably doesn't let you even aim at him. I'm not even gonna bother trying, but once you're in like this, I don't think you turn this situation violent. Unless, of course, things don't go probably well with Major Kyle in here. Maybe things could all go sideways, but...
Don't try anything. We're watching you.
Yep, won't try nothing. Go to the left first just to see if do anything, any type of looting. See if you guys got stuff.
Biotics can feel safe here.
That's good. Yeah. See, you got stuff. But without, no, we got one more. All right. Cool. Take that stuff. All right. Let's see if we can talk them down.
I am Major Kyle. I know why you've come. We have no quarrel with you. Why can't you just leave us alone?
I found the investigators.
You killed 2 Alliance officers. You had to know how this would end.
They wanted to take me away from here. They wanted me to abandon this place, turn my back on my family. They spoke blasphemy. I did what I could to make their end quick and painless. I had no other choice. It was necessary to protect my children. Only I can keep them safe.
Safe? They're not safe, man.
The Alliance sent me to bring you in, Major. Can't you see this has gotten out of hand? Don't you understand you are endangering your followers?
I respect that you have come under a banner of peace, but I cannot do as you ask. If you take away their father, my children will be helpless.
I'm gonna put it to him bluntly.
If you don't come with me, all your followers will end up dead. What kind of father lets his children die?
No, this was my fault. My children are innocent, pure. Please, I never meant for this to happen. I'm sorry.
See, I'll be a little more harsher and direct with him than I was gonna be with the followers. I didn't want all the followers to get freaked out and panic and get into that, but with him, I wanted to speak to him more directly on that. I know this isn't easy, man.
You're doing the right thing, Major. Your children will be better off for it. Come on.
Wait, if my children see you taking me away, they won't understand. They will attack and you will be forced to kill them all. You have shown me the error of my ways, Commander. Now you must give me time to explain it to them. It is the only way they will understand. Please, give me 1 hour. After that, I will meet the Alliance authorities at the gates of my compound and surrender without violence. I give you my word.
Obviously, this is, taking a bit of trust to accept him on this. He's obviously a bit off his rocker, but Shep is hoping for the most peaceful outcome she could get. Gonna give him a try. I mean, if she had to come in here blasting, she was gonna do it. If that's what ends up happening here, then she'll do it that way as well. But now she's gonna hope for the best outcome she could get. So I'll put my trust in you. You give me your word.
I'm gonna trust you. If you betray that trust, you and all your children will suffer.
Yep.
I will not betray you, Commander. Thank you for this.
Joker can have the 5th Fleet pick Major Kyle up. I just hope you know what you're doing, Commander.
I will surrender myself to the Alliance outside the compound gates in 1 hour, Commander. I give you my word.
All right. Again, I doubt that there's anything more that can happen between here and going outside. Just in case, I don't want to break any of the quests. Not fast travel up to the Normandy from here. And this we'll be bringing our session to a close after this when we get back up into the Normandy. And after this, we're going to be looking at what this moving right along. We're going to be looking to head to Pharaoh next mission. And then after Pharaoh, we're gonna have to do a bunch of remaining side quests that we pick up and find. And from there, we'll really start heading towards the end game of Ermire Ilos, the Citadel. Right. Yeah, it's all coming together here nicely. And of course, after that, we'll be heading on to Mass Effect 2. But yeah, we're doing all right here. I want to thank you all for joining me here. It's fun as always. Having a great time doing this. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you have, please hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And continue following the adventures here of Bella Shepherd. And I hope I catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for joining me. It's RK Craig signing off. Catch you next time. Laters.